Hello and welcome to the Big Bang Theory podcast. My name's John. I'm here with my friend and colleague Dan.
Hello.
Happy day, Dan.
Happy day.
Happy day. City.
Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, we're here to talk about Exeter City's own answer to the Fonz.
Giovanni Brown,
Sure.
coolest man to ever wear the shirt.
He could be. He could be. He didn't respond to my... I don't know if anyone noticed, but just before the last Tuesday game, Giovanni Brown said he couldn't wait to see the new Batman film. So I asked him if he wanted to go after the game with me, but he didn't respond.
No, he doesn't want to go with you, does he?
I mean, I'll take the hint.
He probably wants to go on his own.
Probably wants to go on his own. He'd choose solitude over me.
Many have.
Many have. Anyway, that's not for now. That's for a different podcast. City, since we last spoke, have picked up 4 points.
Yeah.
Very nice. All on the road.
Yep, so Oldham away.
Yeah, Boundary Park.
Oldham 0, Exeter City 2.
Lovely.
And then, not
Vale Parade. Vale Park last night.
Vale Park, a 0-0.
So let's talk about Oldham first, shall we?
Yeah.
So, Sam Nombe's out.
Yeah, Saturday afternoon, Zanzala starts instead of Nombe. Other than that, it's what's happening there.
Yeah, Stubbs.
Stubbs was back, right?
Yeah, Stubbs was back. And it was, we knew that Oldham needed the points on the board.
Well, it started off very scrappy, didn't it? We couldn't get the ball down. It was all just lots of hoofing it up in the air, heading it around, etc., etc.
Bad conditions, we were told, windy and that.
Oh yeah, it did look very windy, didn't it? It was a nice day.
Commentators kept talking about it, didn't they? Windy. It would look nice on the picture, but I think pretty cold up there. So...
Hang on a minute, it was Kieran Phillips started, not Zanzala.
Sorry, yeah, Kieran Phillips and Brown. Dieng started the game.
Yeah, and
so did Kyle Taylor.
Yeah, so a rest for Matt J.
Yep.
Well, that was the plan anyway.
That was the plan. So not much happened in the first half, but Dieng didn't come out again for the second half. Atangana came on for him.
Yes.
And then Zanzala came on for Phillips later on, and Matt J eventually came on for Kyle Taylor.
It was a bit of an injury, wasn't it, for Dieng? We're not sure quite what it was. A bit of a hamstring or something. No, a groin or something.
I think a hamstring. He was feeling his hamstring. Those are Matt Taylor's words.
Right.
Not too serious, so he didn't think it would rule him out for the end of the whole
Surely
season.
Surely he can just feel it later after the match, can't he?
So anyway, Kyle Taylor... not starting his first game for City, but starting one of the fewies.
Yeah, no, he started before, but yeah, he's not had a wealth of chances, has he, in the first team?
Scored a lovely header, 52nd minute.
Yeah.
Jake Caprice cross.
Yeah, it's a really nice...
kind of gets better with every watch.
Yeah, a really nice kind of sideways sort of...
That was a motion that wasn't for the podcast audience.
No, Imagine
Dan's flicking his hair from side to side.
A flicked header.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah, pleased for him.
And 1-0. At 1-0.
I've always thought he looked like he had more than he's shown so far.
Yes.
I've always been pretty impressed with him. A lot of energy when he comes in. He's usually coming in off the bench, isn't he? And I thought he did well. He looks like a good player, I think. And I think one who, given more of an opportunity, could kind of establish himself.
Yeah. But very disappointing for him. He then gets injured.
Yeah, now he's out for the season. So
like 15 minutes to go. And it looks like a nasty one. So Studs kind of got, he turned, didn't he? No one near him and his knee turned.
Yeah. Do we know what the verdict is yet?
I don't think we've heard it properly.
Right. Damaged.
Those kind of things are always horrible, aren't they?
Damaged goods.
It's going to be a month minimum with those kind of things, I would think. And he knew straight away.
Yeah.
So Matt J comes on for him. I've said this already, but Atangana's on the pitch at this point.
Wait, at this point, has he already kind of given away the pen? No,
that happens.
Then he gives away a penalty.
So Atangana, I don't know if it's entirely his fault.
Well, no.
He turns obviously in the penalty box to clear a ball that's coming over his head, and an Oldham player happens to be there, and he kicks him.
Well, I don't even know if he makes contact, but his foot's up right by the guy's head.
The guy goes down.
I mean, it's
going to get given, isn't it?
It's going to get given, yeah. It's going to get given, and it was.
But then Dawson.
I mean, this is some save.
By the way,
It wasn't
Dan,
the best penalty in the world, but it was a good save.
by the way, Dawson's kind of... You know, we always talk about who's been the best signing this year. Is it Dieng? Is it Brown? Is it Nombe? Dawson's been so good, we've stopped even mentioning that. I know he's a loan signing, but...
I know, and it's because there's a lot been. It's because the transfer market activity on the whole this season, the recruitment solutions have been very good.
Yep, recruitment solutions. Yeah, that's an industry, isn't it? I see. Isn't that even one of our sponsors?
It probably is. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Well, if they've had anything to do with it, then thank you very much.
Very nice.
I somehow doubt it.
But Dawson again, absolute lifesaver, saving that penalty.
Yes,
because it's not that we've not run away with the game. Although the goals put us in a healthy position, they equalised there. With 10 minutes to go, whatever it was.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, and then what happened?
So then, Atangana, he's already on a yellow at this
point.
point.
Then he handballs it on the line.
Oh, yeah.
Luckily for him, the ref doesn't give another penalty immediately.
Yeah.
Probably because it's so close to the last penalty he gave, but maybe just because he didn't quite see it. I haven't seen it because it's not in the highlights. But
by all accounts,
yeah. Anyway, then they recently changed the handball law.
I can't really keep up with the handball law.
They were saying something about it on the commentary where I don't know. Maybe they've changed it back so like the kind of those really accidental ones aren't getting given again.
Yeah.
Because for a while it kind of like if it just touches your hand,
that's right.
It gets given. Anyway, that didn't happen. But then Nige goes in for a challenge in the middle of the pitch.
It's already on a yellow, and there's about 5 minutes to go, including an injury time.
I don't think he even really needs to make the challenge. I mean,
he definitely doesn't need to make the challenge.
If he had made a successful challenge, it would have been good.
But it was not life or death.
No, it wasn't like kind of the last man or anything.
And he's got away with his penalty.
And he does go in, kind of looks reckless as
it's well
anything,
reckless.
Doesn't it?
And the ref gives him a straight red.
Yeah. And he's very upset about it, Nige.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure he can be that upset about it, really. Anyway, so now we were already missing. Dieng's gone off at half-time injured.
Yeah. Kyle Taylor's gone off,
out for the season. Harry Kite's long-term injured.
Yeah.
Now Atangana suspended for 3 matches.
Yeah.
So looking a little light in there.
But then, in spite of being a man down,
yep.
Caprice with another fine piece of work on the right-hand side.
Have you seen the footage of him?
Josh Key's not started, of course.
No, didn't play.
Didn't play.
Have you seen the footage of Caprice tearing down the wing?
No.
To pick up the ball for the assist. I think it's this one. He's just like head back, and you've never seen anyone run so fast in your life. Yeah.
Gets to it,
and he's run too quickly. If anything, he's bought himself so much time on the ball by getting there that he can just kind of like take his time, play it across for Giovanni Brown, rush into the box first time, lovely finish, top corner. I mean, it's always top corner with Brown, isn't it?
Isn't it just?
And
he doesn't do a scrappy roll it over the line, does he?
No. And 2-0, and then there you go.
Very good. That was in injury time, I think, wasn't it? So
good day at the office.
Oh, in fact, it was 6 minutes into injury time.
Good day at the Oldham office.
Yeah. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, so a team we should be beating.
Of course.
But it
wasn't easy, was it?
A tricky one, and they're fighting for survival down there.
Poor conditions.
Don't play the way we want to play. Going to try and make it hard for us, and a very good win. Do
you think anyone's name is Paul Conditions?
Well, Conditions wouldn't be the most common British surname in the world.
You don't know that,
but I haven't checked. In the old days, you'd have looked in the phone book, wouldn't you? Remember that remember the day the phone book turned up on your doorstep? For some reason, when you're a kid, it is quite exciting, isn't it? You look in there, find your own. For some reason, you look up yourself or your own house.
Yeah. You're outraged that someone else has got your name.
Yeah, no one ever had mine. And you just, I don't know what it is.
That's because Dan's real name is Paul Conditions.
It used to be massive as well, wasn't it? It was huge.
Of course.
And then you try and find people with, Ian, funny surnames.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Your Willies, your Butts. nuts.
I tell you, my favourite. This was absolute Clumpton Community College favourite, and if you're listening, you'll remember this. Was a Mrs. J Wankling.
If you're listening, Mrs. J Wankling, get in touch. We'll send you some stickers.
I'm really sorry. If that's your name. I mean, probably.
Actually, yeah. If even if you're not Mrs. J, any of the Wankling family, if you're listening,
It was the only one. It was the only entry.
Yeah, but there could be others worldwide.
They could have gone forth and multiplied.
Yeah.
Which of course you can't do.
Didn't you have a friend called Mr. Cakey?
Wasn't his actual name. It's just a nickname.
Right. Okay.
Again, if you're listening from Willand County Primary School, you'll remember that. Mr. Cakey. Yeah. So. You know what else names gone out of fashion? And this is always in like medieval dramas. There's always someone called like Goodly Housewife. You never get that anymore.
No, but I can imagine sort of we're going up against some League Two team and they've got a player called that.
Yeah, Goodly Housewife on the wing.
Yeah.
Why did we get onto that?
I don't know.
Phone books, poor conditions. The conditions were quite poor.
It's really windy. We've already said.
Anyway, so that was excellent. That was an excellent away win. Everyone was delighted.
Yeah, it was very good. I mean, a lot
of collateral damage.
I mean, yeah, there was, and that's 3 centre midfielders basically gone in one game.
Matt Taylor's kind of almost cracking up, isn't he, in the post-match interview, where he's like, I don't know, I'm going to have to have a think now about who I'm going to call back from loan.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that's the good thing about having such... We have got quite a deep squad.
Alan Tong on the commentary's volunteering his services.
Yeah. I mean, he'd do a job.
Maybe.
So anyway, we fast forward to last night, Tuesday night, again away, Vale Park.
Yeah, so we're thinking,
biggest pitch in League Two, etc.
It's enormous.
Apparently it's the same size as Wembley, like it's literally the same size as the Wembley pitch.
Right. And not only is it massive, but beyond the byline, the touchline, is a load more grass as well. So it could be even wider than it is.
Even wider.
What are they doing?
Well, I think they had ambitions, didn't they, for other stuff? I don't know.
They must do by the size of some of those empty bits of ground.
So I think there was 5,000 there last night. So that's the same as City would get. But obviously the ground's 2.5 times bigger.
Yeah.
Crazy. Anyway.
Yeah, we go up there and everyone's thinking, who on earth is going to play?
Who's going to play here?
So we recall from loan
2 players.
Callum Rowe,
yeah,
and he's straight in the starting lineup in centre midfield. And then also Jordan Dyer, who goes onto the bench.
So we only have 5 on the bench, as of course did Port Vale.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we had 6, sorry. Scott Brown, Josh Coley, Jordan Dyer, Kieran Phillips. Amond is back from injury.
Yeah.
And I think he'd been on the bench previously, hadn't he, Amond?
I think he was on the bench Saturday, yeah.
And Jack Sparks is on the bench. Starting is Dawson. Back 3, very nice. Diabate, Stubbs, Hartridge. Sweeney's poorly, not COVID, not injured.
So he's ill as well.
Josh Key, Jake Caprice. Archie Collins with Callum Rowe. Yep. That is his first start, I think.
That's definitely his first league start. Yeah. I think we signed him. He was like a left back, wasn't he, or a wing back? But I think I've seen him play a couple of times early in the season in the before he went out in the Papa John's. Yeah. And I definitely saw him play in that kind of centre midfield. And I thought he looked good then. Do you mean obviously that's not this, that's not. And so it's a big step up. He's been playing for Bath. I don't even think he's really been getting in the Bath side.
Yeah.
So he comes in, and he's playing against Port Vale, who are a team in really good form, who
with
are like
some very good players.
Yeah, and who are looking at trying to get in those playoff places as well.
Yeah.
So it was a big game for him.
And then up top we've got Matt J, Giovanni Brown, Zanzala starts.
Yeah.
So
without Sam Nombe, we're kind of switching between Phillips and Zanzala, kind of,
yeah,
as and when.
Yeah, Amond not yet started, although perhaps he could do. So it finished 0-0, but that wasn't the whole story. First half, not a lot of chances.
There wasn't many chances in the whole match, was there?
City kind of came into the game second quarter, I suppose you'd say.
Yeah, there was. They probably had probably the better of it overall, maybe.
Maybe.
Port Vale, but I think what happened really was both teams defended extremely well.
Yeah.
I mean, their defence, barely gave us a sniff. We couldn't get Zanzala on the ball.
No.
Funny one with Zanzala, and he's just constantly giving away fouls.
Yeah.
And when
But
you
he
watch
looks
it
more like the victim.
as an Exeter player, you think he looks more like the victim. I get the impression probably if you're the opposing team, you're thinking he's the perpetrator.
Bit of a Bowman, isn't it, really?
Yeah, so I think it's kind of both. But they're gonna get you're gonna get most of those decisions against you at that end of the pitch. You know, when you're the striker, you are.
And
so,
definitely away.
Yeah, so that was kind of the story of his night. Really, just gave away a load of fouls. Whether that was fair or not, that's kind of what happened.
Second half.
Speaking of Bowman, by the way,
I know.
he's in the stands.
He
with
was
all
there.
The City boys.
Commuted down from Shrewsbury.
Was that close by? That's close by, isn't it, to Port Vale?
It's close-ish.
Right,
Yeah,
close
an hour,
enough.
I suppose.
Who does he know?
Well, he knows.
Well, he knows. Yeah, well,
a lot of them actually, doesn't
yeah,
he?
A lot of them, yeah. A lot of new faces, but he'll know most of them.
He'll know Jay. He'll know Collins. He'll know
Sweeney,
Stubbs was there,
Hartford.
wasn't he? He'll know Diabate, Key. Would have known Sweeney, of course.
All of them. Okay, cool. Almost all of them.
Good to see him there.
Yeah, would like to bring him on. Actually,
Yeah, he could have done a job, perhaps. Second half, I think it opened up more, didn't it? City maybe could have had a penalty.
yeah, that's actually a really nice. That's worth saying at this point that Callum Rowe's done a very good job. Like he really did step up.
Yeah, he did.
Especially like I said, this is a guy who's kind of like come in from Villa as a youngster looking to develop. He's got sent out on loan, probably the best thing to do. And really, from what you hear, hadn't really been going that well from there. He hadn't been pulling up any trees.
He's like 5th or 6th or 7th choice for our first team.
Comes into this and just like he was calm.
Yep.
He made good decisions.
Yeah.
He looks like to me kind of like that he's got something about him. Technique. He's got a very good technique.
Yeah.
When he was spraying some passes out to the left, especially out to Caprice on the left wing, it looked like kind of like almost like real. They look like sounds ridiculous, but kind of like Premier League passing. Like just the way he passed the ball and with that kind of confidence. And I was just like very impressed with him, and especially given the occasion. Brilliant. You couldn't ask for more, really, from a guy in that situation,
No, definitely.
And he plays the ball through.
Yes.
Lovely little through ball for Gianni Brown.
So keeper saves it.
Yeah, keeper saves it.
Stays in the pitch.
And then Brown, he absolutely gets a shove in the back.
Yeah.
But he goes down very easily for it.
Yeah.
The ref's not going to give it, even though, a foul anywhere else on the pitch, like they say. Do you mean? Like, which it is.
It's St James Park with 6,000 people there.
Yeah. Maybe.
At a massive empty stadium, which isn't our ground, you're definitely not getting it.
I'm pretty sure our fans are at the other end as well.
No, that was our end for that.
Oh, was
one.
it?
Yeah, but
Okay.
still, like the ref's not getting intimidated by them. Everyone's a mile away. And it's
Yeah.
Bobby Madley, famous ref.
You've got a meadow in between.
Yeah.
Just inexplicably got a meadow attached onto all 4 sides of the pitch.
And then Brown has another chance, kind of out of nothing. Edge of the box.
I was thinking it was a cross, but I don't know if it was. Like maybe, who can say? Yeah.
Swings it across, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And it comes off the top of the crossbar.
Yeah.
Very
close to sort of going in the top corner.
Yeah.
Giovanni Brown obviously been excellent, and we need him more than ever at the moment because he seems like the most likely. Well, he is literally the most likely to score out of that side. I mean, Jay aside, but the way it's been going in recent form.
Yeah.
And we're going to need some more goals from him, we are, and I'm confident we'll get them because his record's excellent at the moment. And and if you're going to be trying audacious things like that, I just think go for it. He's obviously got that technique.
Yeah.
Left foot, right foot to find the top corner, and I it's become now a thing I'm kind of looking forward to. Well, when's Brown going to bend one into the old?
I know.
Onto the postage stamp.
So it was 0-0, and then right at the death, 90 plus 3, Port Vale have a bit of pressure. I think they have 2 corners.
Yeah.
And one comes in, and Dawson, so reliable.
Well, it's just the emotions that were happening in these about 3 seconds from, comes across. First, I'm thinking, good, Dawson's coming. This is all happening in a blink of an eye. But my thought process is, here comes Dawson. He's going to catch it or punch it away. Punches it, it spins off his glove, drops down. I think it's a spin that helps it. Do you mean? Because it looks like it's going to drop directly to, what's he called there?
Amu. It wasn't Amu, was it?
No,
it was
it's
one of the other.
Wilson, isn't it? Or has he
Wilson
already
had
gone off?
Yeah.
Anyway, looks like it's going to drop to their straight to their striker. Somehow, I think it just spins up off the turf and ends up somehow in a position for Sam Stubbs to boot it away.
Yeah.
But then, yeah.
And that was that. 0-0.
Yeah.
Which is an excellent point.
I think, yeah, given all the context.
Given that we got 3 points.
I think even, to be honest, if we had a full strength side, you wouldn't be sniffing at it,
No,
would
absolutely
you?
not.
Given our form and given their form.
And it stops Port Vale progressing.
Yeah.
So excellent performance. Like the defence, especially the back three.
Yeah. Especially, and then Sweeney's not there, so that's the first time I think we've had that combination of those three.
Right, yeah.
Alex Hartridge is a breathtaking footballer.
It really is.
Say nothing about Czech Diabate as well, because we suddenly just now expect him to be as good as he is. Do you mean like when he's just basically come in a couple of weeks ago, having never really played League Two before, and now we're like, oh yeah, good, Czech's in there, solid. I mean, like,
and that's not even mentioning Sam Stubbs, who's just a mountain.
Yeah, who a mere months ago we were questioning whether he even existed.
We were much
anyway,
like Mrs. J Wankling.
Yeah, well, she does exist because she's in the phone book, and you can't just get in there. You can't just ring them up and go like, guess what, my name's Wankling, stick me in the phone book. You've got to prove that.
Yeah. I always felt bad for Mr. William Nilly.
Yeah.
Never provable.
Well,
William Nilliam.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Someone I knew was called, I think it was, something Simpson, but again with B. So he's always getting called up.
Yeah. Anyway, there we are. So that's 4 points from the last two games.
Yep, 4 points on the road against
road.
Against a team fighting for survival and against a team in good form pushing for playoffs. Good stuff.
Welcome back to the Big Bank Theory podcast. You get in touch with us in all the normal ways, of course. Twitter @BigBankPod, Facebook the Big Bank Theory podcast, email bigbankpod@gmail.com. We always love to hear from you. You can also just leave us messages on Xweb. We see those as well. Down the league table looks like this.
Okay.
Forest Green won on Monday night, so we didn't gain as much ground as we might have hoped. In fact, we've lost a bit of ground. Forest Green top. They played 37-72. Their goal difference is plus 34, which is worth mentioning because ours and Port Vale's are second best, plus 19. We're in second, played 37-65. Northampton in third, played 38 on 63, as have Bristol Rovers and Tranmere, also on 63 points. Then it's Newport, played 38-62. Swindon, played 38-61. Sutton are the same in 8th. Port Vale had dropped. They're in 9th, played 37 on 60. Mansfield are the last of the great pretenders because they've only played 35, but they're on 59 points.
Yeah, they also won last night, didn't it? Still tight as you like up there, isn't it?
Salford, I think, are out of it, certainly for automatics. They're on 53.
Well, they should be. They're in 11th.
They should be there in 11th, but that's actually only 10 that's 10 points.
I know, but do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
If someone's 11th with 9 games to go and they're still being talked about for automatics, it's like, that just shows you, doesn't it? Like it's a long way to go. And that's why I don't really, it's not like I've really started to believe or anything, although,
What's interesting, of course,
mainly because I can't bring myself to.
We just got to get over the line with these games. So each game that you get over the line with, you're suddenly then like, oh, there's only 9 games left.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And we're in second.
And we are getting over the line as it stands, and...
Yeah, and we've got a game in... Us and Forest Green have got a game in hand over the teams, all the 6 teams directly below us, and then we're on the same games as Port Vale.
Flipping it, we've got to play them all though, haven't we? We've still got to play Port Vale again, we've got to play Northampton.
Yep.
We've
got to play Newport,
we've got
to play Tranmere.
Yes.
But our average points per game is now exactly what we want it to be.
Yep, and you've got to take each game as a separate thing.
If we can win our games at home and not lose away...
Oh, we'll go up.
We'll go up. people say 80, 81 is the kind of marker. Well, we're on 65.
Yeah.
So that's 27 available points.
Whew.
I mean, I know it's tight, but we're doing everything we can to be in a good position, aren't we?
I know we are. Yeah, yeah. And it's a difficult. With Nombe out.
Yeah.
And Dieng out.
Yeah.
I was worried for last night because of what happened last time those two were missing from the side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, it coincided with. I'm not saying it's the entire reason for it, but it did coincide with a bad run for us.
Yeah. I tell you what's different.
What's that?
Sam Stubbs.
Well, yeah, the defence.
I tell you what else is different.
Check Diabate.
Yeah, and Diabate. And Brown's in, he's really kind of got his place. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He knows how to do stuff. And
he's flying, and you love to see it.
I wonder if Dieng will be back this Saturday. There's some suggestion of that. Which
he said one of them was going to be back, didn't he? So you have to think it would probably be him. We've got to be careful with him, haven't we?
Yeah.
He also said Rowe's going to stay now. So obviously he's took that chance last night.
I mean, even to have Dieng coming off the bench for the last half an hour would be a real gift, wouldn't it?
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, so who's next?
So...
I'll tell you who it isn't.
Yeah, was going to be old PT himself.
Yeah.
Tisdale.
He was going to be back.
He was going to be back. Sacked.
Sacked again.
Not backed, but sacked.
No. So we won't see our old friend Paul.
We won't see him. Stevenage.
It's not looking like we're going to see our other old friend Paul Conditions either, because it's lovely weather at the minute.
It was in his brother, Ged. Ged Conditions.
Ged Conditions.
We like good.
Right. Okay, yeah, okay.
Is there a better name? Jude Conditions? That doesn't work.
Ooh, Jude Conditions for a game of football today.
No. Godfrey Conditions?
No. Stevenage at home.
Stevenage at home. New manager, Steve Evans.
Yeah, so this will be their first game under Steve. I'll tell you who we'll be seeing, which old friend we will be seeing, I imagine, is Jakey Taylor.
Jake Taylor and Christy Pym.
Oh, Christy Pym as well, I forgot.
Yeah.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
And Jamie Reid, perhaps.
Is Reid playing for them, is he?
Reid's there.
All right, okay.
Is that right? No, is he at Mansfield? No, he's at Stevenage,
he's
isn't
at
he?
Stevenage, I think,
yeah.
Oh, wow, getting the old band back together.
Yeah.
Just without the Bernie Rhodes figure. That's Paul Tisdale.
Yeah.
The Malcolm McLaren.
Yeah, also missing...
The Simon Cowell.
Also missing the real nuanced artist who may be, I don't know, Stockley or some other good player that they had around him.
Right, yeah, no.
I'm losing it.
David Noble.
So, I mean, realistically, we should be absolutely thumping this team. They had their game called off on Saturday, so Evans has had a bit longer with them.
Yeah.
COVID. I'm doing the air quotes, Dan. COVID.
Funny that, isn't it? I thought there was no COVID restrictions anymore, so...
But they managed to get it called off. So, I don't know. I mean, if they've actually got COVID, that doesn't really help them. If they haven't, my suspicion, then... Maybe he's had a bit longer on the training pitch with them.
Yeah.
But we should still be beating this team. A poor Stevenage. They got Luke Norris as well, but he's not been good.
They've only won one game away all season. We haven't lost to them since the famous Tisdale giving us the old
Mrs. Wankling
5-knuckled.
sign. Yeah.
It's given us the Mrs. P. Wankling.
Mrs. J. Wankling.
Whatever. So that's the last time they beat us. Back in 2018.
That was a dark day, wasn't it? That was awful.
Yes. So I want an emphatic win.
Yeah. Just come out the blocks.
Yep.
All guns blazing, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Evans will be there.
Maybe he meant Sweeney was going to be the one back.
Right, yeah. By the way, Sweeney took to Twitter to express his dismay at the quality of the iFollow.
Well, I mean, how often is Sweeney likely to listen to Radio Devon? Because he's always playing or he's in the squad, isn't he? So
yep.
he won't have done it too often. I mean, to be honest, mate, they're two of the best.
I know.
You know what I mean,
they were a bit.
They weren't maybe on their top
game.
form,
no.
but still. Here's a question: do you reckon has Sweeney got to pay the tenner?
Yeah, I was wondering that myself. Surely Scott Palfrey's got some codes he can hand out.
A few codes for the.
Because Nombe always watches it as well, doesn't he? He always does a picture of his telly screen for Instagram.
Oh, does he?
And says, "Come on, the boys,"
Right. Yeah, I wonder. But I assume they don't.
Surely not.
No.
Anyway.
Maybe they claim it back.
Claim it back. Have to print out the
Invoice
email.
it.
That's really annoying. Finance department. Oh, Sweeney again.
Yep. No. So yeah.
But yeah, I think so. Now we're on kind of weekly games again. We've got through the really busiest period.
Right. So there's no Tuesday night this week.
No. So it's Stevenage, and then we've got.
I mean, that's good, isn't it, for the
really
squad?
Good, especially given
Yeah.
what's going on. So Stevenage, and then next week it's Newport away.
We really can't afford to get any more injuries, can we?
No, and we want some people to be coming back.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. We haven't heard Harry Kite mentioned in a long time.
We haven't heard about that. We can only assume Nombe's
Kaput.
or.
And the same with Kyle Taylor.
Yeah. It's a big shame, isn't it?
Oh, a real shame. But you look back on these. I know we're not there yet. I really know we're not there. But we always said depth of squad was what we needed to be addressed from the last couple of years.
Well, we have needed it to be.
And we have
this
needed
season.
it to be. But imagine an era of bygone days where we didn't have three or four people available in each.
Very true. I still, if it was confirmed today or something, heaven forbid that Dieng was out for the rest of the season alongside Number, I would be worried about these last 9 games.
Yeah, agreed.
Even how good, the others have stepped up. Callum Rowe, you know.
But then actually there've been periods of time in our history where you think, is this lad ready for it? And then they've been brilliant. So.
Well, very, very often actually, and mostly, like quite often this season even.
Yeah. I mean, should be busy. It'll be nice weather. I don't think Stevenage will bring many, but they'll probably bring 200. But I'd expect us to have 5.5 again, given what we've been doing and given how well it's going. And
yeah, I want to see an annoyed Christy Pinn picking the ball back out of the back of the net plenty of times. It's going to be fun, isn't it, having him in front of the big bank? That is going to be fun. I think people like him, so it's only going to be.
Yeah,
it'll be enjoyable. I think that'll be.
Depends how he takes it.
Yeah, but we know what he's like. He can, I think that'd be good.
Okay, let's hope so. Yeah, I mean it's just. I know we keep saying this, but the crunch times continue, don't they?
It's big time. It's crunch time for sure. Yeah.
Another 3 points on Saturday. We'll feel like again we can go to Newport and get a draw. It's kind of that balancing act, isn't it? Of like, the pressure's not on every game.
Absolutely, that's what we need to keep up. I mean, slip up against. I mean, with that 0-0 with Salford, I'm just like, back of my head, I keep thinking, should we have? I know it's good we didn't lose it, but if we got that win there, do you mean I would be?
But we keep moving up the table.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
You're right. I mean, we can look back.
You don't want to look back on those.
There've been all sorts of ones, haven't they? We're like, that should have. But actually, although we drew a lot at the front end of the season.
Yeah, and we won't be looking back on like last night, for example.
No.
Having think we gave away a goal and lost the points with the last kick of the game, which we nearly did. But yeah.
Big old times for Exeter City.
Oh, the crunch.
I hope you're coping, listeners, as we are doing our best
Crunch.
to do. Just go and enjoy the sunshine. Take your mind off it.
Yeah, have a barbecue, nearly. Cut the grass.
I did cut the grass.
Have you?
Yeah.
I nearly did it the other day, and then I couldn't be asked.
Yeah.
Got to charge it up.
Oh, you got one of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's the thing now, and you've got to charge everything up. Every single thing that I own needs to be charged up, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Why can't? I mean, I know you got in the old style lawnmowers. You still had to stick the petrol in. You still had to prime it.
Yeah.
But
there was room for spontaneity, Dan.
But you could just do that and then cut the grass. Whereas this, you got to plug it in for ages. Like headphones, they're not charged.
Yeah.
Phone.
Yeah.
Whatever, all of it.
iPad
Sick
to
of
watch
it.
the iFollow. At least you can plug that in while it's doing it. Sweeney had to.
Yep.
Okay, well, thanks everyone for listening. We'll be back next week, of course, earlier in the week. We'll do a Monday or Tuesday.
Yes.
So look out for that. Thanks as always for being with us on this ridiculous journey of supporting Exeter City.
Yep. Stick a review on something if you want.
Oh yeah, you can give us the old 5 stars on Spotify if you want to, or the written review on something else.
Yeah, or use a different, better podcast app if you like.
Yeah, feel free. Dan's now sponsored by them, apparently. My name's John. I've been here with my friend and colleague Dan.
Cheers.
See you soon.